Hey, do you know why it's so hard to get out of debt? Hey, if you just give me 5 minutes, I'm going to walk you through two principal reasons why it seems like it's nearly impossible to get out of debt. In case you didn't know me, my name is Chris Talon, and when I was 19 years old, my father passed away from a sudden illness. And because he had a plan in place that allowed my mother to stay in her home, I was in my first year of college along with one of my older sisters, and we were able to continue our education without having to disrupt our lifestyles as well. And so I live my life now, and my mission is to be a debt free life consultant, just helping people with their finances, helping them get out of debt, but also helping them be more efficient with their money in order to save for longer range future goals, such as retirement or college savings planning. And so, again, if you just give me the next 5 minutes, I'm going to share with you two principal reasons why it is so difficult to get out of debt these days. So, reason number one, if you just go out to usdebtclock.org, you can see this in real time. It calculates our national debt, but also where we are as a nation generating revenue as well. And there's some key indicators that I think are very, very interesting as it relates to why it is so difficult for regular people to get out of debt these days. Back in 2000, if you circle in and look at this area here, the median income in the year 2000 was $32,004 for the year. But if you look at in 2023, the median income now is only $36,025. So over the course of 23 years, the median income is only increased by $4,000. Now, just look at your own situation. Has your income gone up over the course of the last 23 years? This is a very, very small percentage if you look at the median income back in 2000 as compared to today in 2023. Now look to the right. Back in 2000, a new home cost was $166,774. Today, the median new home cost is $430,890. This is a huge increase in the cost of a new home. And so, what do people do in order to purchase a home? Typically, they take out a mortgage from a bank. Now, one of the challenges with a mortgage from a bank is it's rigged in the bank's favor and not in your favor. And I'm going to share with you one of the reasons why. But before I do that, I also want to look at the personal debt. Per citizen in the United States, the personal debt is $73,552. And so this is credit card debt. This is loans for vehicles. This is all consumer debts. Now, if you look up here per family in the United States, per family only has $13,894 of saving. So when an emergency comes, most people in the United States do not have an emergency fund in which they can dip into. How long would $13,894 last you and your family if you lost a job and you were unable to work for 6 months? So getting into the cycle of having to borrow more money just to maintain your standard of living really is impacting your ability to be able to get out of debt. And so one of the things I want to share with you as it relates to the traditional banking system and why it's so difficult to get out of debt, it's because the game is rigged in their favor and not in yours. And I want to show that to you next. So what I'm sharing with you is a cost of debt calculation that I did for one of my clients. Their total debt is $159,424.25. This consists of a mortgage and two other pieces of consumer debt, such as credit cards. Okay, currently they're paying $1,921 per month in order to help clear this debt. But if you look at this, it's going to take them on this current schedule of repaying 25 years and 10 months to pay off this debt. And the reason why is if you look at the total payment of $1,921 per month that this person is paying to pay off their debt, $1,211.29 of that $1,921 is going to pay the interest first. And the balance only decreases by $709.71. And so each month, the interest just keeps on increasing because most of your monthly payment, particularly in this situation, is going to pay for interest. And so that is one of the reasons why the system in traditional banking is rigged in the favor of the banks, because they're making more money off of you and making it much more difficult for you to get out of debt. So if you have a mortgage and at least two pieces of personal debt, listen up. If I offered to help you find inefficient dollars in your current budget so that you could create your own infinite bank, so that you can then use your infinite bank to create a debt snowball or a debt avalanche, systematically erasing your debts within 9 years or less, canceling years of interest payments and putting all of that money back in your own pocket, saving for retirement and other important financial goals, all the while not having to spend any additional money from your monthly budget, then leave me a message below or send me a message in Messenger so that we can get started today.